specialize in finding properties below market price. I remodel them and decide the best exit strategy. I partner with private investors and banks to execute these deals. This house is located in an area that is expected to grow the fastest in Miami. The house was built in 2013, so it's not too old, and that's why I like it. It was listed on the market for 1,250,000. I offered a little bit over $1 million and they accepted. In my opinion, it didn't sell because the layout and presentation were terrible, but it only needed a few changes. The first thing I noticed the moment I walked in, it was that I had to knock down these walls. The layout made no sense. There was a wasted space and the kitchen was small and dated. The floors were in a small tile format, maybe 24 by 24, and the walls were painted in an ugly yellow. We fully remodeled the kitchen, and since the space allowed, we added a 5 by 10 island. I didn't add space for a sitting area because I prefer the look as a solid block. The island was made with natural stone and this Taj Mahal. I used two Taj Mahal slabs to achieve this look. Each slab was $2,000, so it was $4,000 only the material for the island. All the appliances are panel ready. That's super important to achieve a clean look. The dishwasher is panel ready. The brand is Smeg. The hood is also inserted and hidden by the panels. And this materials is quartz engineered quartz. It's from a store called Compact they have here in Miami. The panels has a micro cement look. They are not flat. This gives more personality to the kitchen. The fridge is also panel ready. The oven, I decided to keep it because at the end the purpose of this project is to make a profit, so I need to see where do I spend and where do I not. The cost of remodeling the kitchen was about $25,000. We removed this wall and that wall over there, and this significantly increased the space. We painted the house in pure white Sherwin-Williams. For the baseboards, we tried to use the thickest one, which is about 5.5 inches, and we also paint them satin, and then the walls we paint them matte. Once the house is finished, I listed both for rent and for sale, and then decide which strategy performs best. Because we are in a complex market, so I wanted to have multiple strategies. I always furnish the house, and in case the house is sold and the buyer doesn't want to buy the furniture, then I can always use it on the next project. The furniture I use is normally from Restoration Hardware. I also buy some items in CV2, the rack, this blanket, and that art over there. Then the sectional is from City Furniture. I like this one because it's performance and the material is very resistant in case I'm gonna rent the house. Another thing that was really bad about this house is that you have here this super big backyard. However, you could see all the overhead lighting from the city. To resolve this, we have to buy super big plants. We started with 20 feet bamboos. We also planted acabadas and areca palms. It was very challenging to get the plants in here because they didn't fit through the door. I found this vanity in Restoration Hardware and it looks amazing. The bathroom wasn't bad, so the only thing I did, I installed all this wall with a big format porcelainic tile, 48 by 110. This is called Baltoro Italiano from Flora and Decor. Then I add some brass gold accents from Amazon. I add these light fixtures from Amazon that they are alabaster. I painted the walls in the color skylight from Sherwin-Williams that matches with the floor and also goes with the tile that I choose. All the hardware is in a brush finish, including the outlets. And then the lights are made of alabaster, which is natural. Here, I didn't do much because the goal here is to make a profit. So I will always have to have in consideration that my total budget for this project was $100,000. So if I spend any dollar over that, most likely I'm not going to make a profit because in this area, houses are sold for a max of 1.5 million houses of this size. So it doesn't matter how much extra do I spend, it's never going to sell for more than that. So I need to be very strategic on where do I decide to spend and where not. So here I only install tile on this wall, and then I also cover the bathtub with this same tile, with the same tile a big format that I use in the other area. I did not change the toilet because it was okay. Something that I didn't like it was this accent trim, and I didn't want to do the entire shower because it's very costly. So I just replaced the trim for one that looks like the other marble on the shower, and it looks like a new shower. I also replaced the faucet for again brass. I choose the same brand that it was before, so I didn't need to change the bulbs. So I redid the shower without having to do it for less than $500. Something that is also really important is the lighting. For example, in this bathroom, we need to use wet rated for the water not to damage the light. Also, the CRI of the lighting is very important for the light not to change the color of the walls. The master has these super big windows, which is amazing, but it lets too much light to get in, and there is no privacy. So we install this from floor to ceiling. We put two layers. We put the curtains, and then we put a sheet, and then we also put the bars in a color brass. The bed is from Motlove. For this specific room, we use a monochromatic palette using the same color in different textures. In the guest bathroom, you can get a little bit more creative and put more like dramatic colors. In this bathroom, we use lime wash on the walls, and I choose the color espresso. I bought this vanity is made out of natural stone in the same store that I bought the Taj Mahal. The original builder installed retrofit lights, so in order to not have to do a new installation, I also bought retrofit lights, but these ones are more like an hotel style, and they create this shadow on the wall and reduce the glare. On this bathroom, again, I use lime wash in beige color, and for the shower, I also changed the accent trim like in the other shower, and I changed the faucet. I also bought a white matte toilet, and I ordered to make a custom vanity, but the person who was supposed to build it disappears. I bought this one last minute, and it looks really good. I always stage the bedrooms. I use a lot of pillows and a lot of layers. And for the bedrooms, I didn't do much. I just painted white and for the